Hello everybody. The video that you're going to see today is the video that I have been talking about for the past few weeks about the collaboration that I did with another YouTuber as well as a crochet crafter. And I wanted to do a quick introduction because the video is long. So after this little introduction, I am going to show you our finished and complete pictures. Then we're going to go into our discussion of how we did it. And then at the end of the video, you will have more pictures. As always, we look forward to your comments, questions, concerns, as well as any questions that you may have about the details of this project. Lastly, in the comments box or in the description box, I will place our information, both of our fan pages as well as her YouTube channel. And I'm not going to tell you who the her is. You'll have to watch the rest of the video to find out. I'll talk with you all soon. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Hello everybody, this is Dana with the Freedom Please channel, and I have a special friend with me, and we are doing something so unheard of, but you just all got to roll with the punches. Here's my good friend. Look.
Hey, hey.
And tell them your
what
channel.
Up, YouTuber?
So today we're coming together for our collaboration video. I told you all that I was collaborating with my good friend and we were working on a project. This is the best way we could figure out to show this at the same time. So Miss Righty is going to start us off and then I will show you my pieces. So here we go.
All right. Hey, all you YouTubers. This is Carlin Johnson, a.k.a. Straight Off the Hook. And as Dana had already stated, we decided to do a collaboration, especially with the holiday season and stuff coming up. I know it's been not quite yet, but it's coming. And people are trying to figure out some gift ideas. And there's also a lot of going back and forth about whether or not there's going to be an iPad mini, which, again, that'll be something we have to see. But iPad is a very big product that people like to buy. So we kind of talked about, doing an iPad case. Yeah, there's a lot of cases out there, but we wanted ours to be a little bit unique. So I'm going to show you what I did, what I came up with, and then Dana's going to show you what she came up with, and then she'll explain our process and how we did it so that if you decide you'd like to do one, you'll know exactly what we did. Okay, here is mine, and hopefully you can see that okay.
And we will
now,
also
I'm going to have to come close because I'm a blingy. You know I'm the blingy.
And we'll also have pictures at the end. So you all will see it on her camera, and we'll also add pictures of both of our pieces at the end.
Mm-hmm. So for this iPad holder, it's vertical because I have the nice long strap that goes with it. I decided to put a pocket in the front, and I also put a pocket in the back. Because I decided when I first did it, it didn't have pockets, but then I decided to add the pockets because I needed something for my iPhone to slip into, so I didn't have to carry that separately. And I thought, well, I need a little place for my wallet, and I thought that would be perfect to slip it in the back, so that's why I did that. Now, what I ended up doing on the inside is 1, 2, 3, pop. See that? Breast cancer. I love the breast cancer stuff, but it's completely lined with fleece, so that you don't have to worry about it getting scratched or anything of that nature. Okay. And then for those of you who don't know me, I'm a very accessorized type person. So I couldn't just make the bag without making a matching hat. And this is actually a real slouch hat that I like, but it has a little bling on it too.
She's so cheated. She's so cheated.
Come on now. Hook it to the side. Hook it to the side. Watch out, y'all. Watch out, y'all. Now, I can post pictures of me wearing the whole thing someday. But that's pretty much what I've done for mine. I'm working on my vertical one, or excuse me, my horizontal one, but I haven't actually gotten that one done yet. I just started the pattern the other day. So that's what mine looks like. We'll turn it back around and let Dana explain what she did with hers. Thanks, y'all.
Okay, and you will be able to hear her. Here we go. So what I did is I started off with the horizontal, and mine is also the same in that on the inside I also have fleece, but mine is a zebra print. And I'll talk a little bit about how we, yes, you know it. Look, you have bling. I don't do bling. Okay, that's too much work. Okay, y'all all know I like basic, simple, quick. This was not quick. Well, actually, it really didn't take long either. And she used, and you've seen it real quick, but she used a magnetic closure. I used Velcro as a closure. And I also, in the back, instead of, I stuck to something where it's my aesthetic, where you really can see there's detail in both the back and the front here, as well as on my, and I wanted this to be kind of like an envelope clutch, but this will fit my iPad along with my case that's already a part of my iPad. They both will fit securely in here. I also did a vertical with the strap, and what I was going for with this is I didn't do a lot of extra. I was thinking about a man's bag more than it being a female. If I did drop stitches here to just to provide some texture, and this also has a Velcro close with the fleece lining on the inside. Now this one is nice and snug. It was very basic and simple. I did slip stitches to close it, and so what I'll do now is talk about what we did. She and I love to get together by video in Uvu, and what we did is we both had an idea for doing an iPad case, but we had different, I guess, concepts of excuse me, of how we would create it. So I think we talked for about how long? Maybe about an hour or so about the logistics
Couple
of it.
days.
Yeah, we talked on the video, and then we kind of went back and forth with text messages because I knew I wanted to do a crochet, and she knew she wanted to try, but she wanted to potentially um, look at what we could do on the inside to line it to protect your iPad screen. And you're going to see my kids and stuff in the back. I'm just going to let y'all know that now. And so what we decided on is we would both do the pattern without having any pre-existing numbers or chain counts or anything, with the same concept in mind so that it would look similar but different. I knew I wanted to go for the envelope. She knew she wanted to go for, if you can hold yours up again for us, Arlen. She wanted to go for the vertical. And if you see, her vertical is similar to my vertical, except for hers has the accessories that are really just true to her aesthetic and what her clients are used to seeing from her. Now, some of the things that we ran into as far as bumps, and I guess I'll let her say that her part as well. One of the things that we kind of talked through was what do we want to use as our lining, and that's one of the things that she really brought to my attention was using the fleece instead of using, I was even considering doing cotton yarn, and she tried cotton yarn, took it apart, tried. What did you end up sticking with?
I ended up using cotton because cotton did better with the ironing, which I know you're going to get to.
Yeah. So then we had to talk about how we were going to affix the fleece inside the case. I know for me, my husband tested mine out, and he was very adamant about the, it not falling apart and pulling stuff apart. But so what we found was we found a what was it called? I'm going to turn a little bit so you
It
can talk
was
too.
adhesive. It was an adhesive tape that you use an iron, and it adheres both sides. We tried that.
Right.
And one thing I needed to add too was it wasn't just your regular fleece.
Right.
This particular fleece was called anti-pill. Anti-pill fleece is a fleece that will not cause balls or roll-ups as it gets washed and as it gets used. If you have any regular fleece, it will cause that, and that could cause scratches and stuff over time on your iPad or any type of device. You can even make one for, a Nook or something like that. So you have to specifically have the anti-pill fleece.
And we went with the anti-pill fleece as well because one of the things that I was thinking about was we talked about microfiber, we talked about material, we talked about just the cotton yarn, and so I end up making mine with just your standard acrylic yarn. So I knew I had to have a lining, and so we both went with a lining. She did cotton yarn, I did acrylic, but in the end they turned out really similar. The other thing that we found with the double stick adhesive, it was meant for sewing, non-sewing materials. It was very affordable. However, we both ran into bumps and issues, and I'll let her talk a little bit about it too. For me, I'm going to just show you. On this one, you can maybe see the differences in the textures. see how you can see the ridging or whatever from the crochet here versus this is kind of smooth. What happens is with that double adhesive, you had to place the material on top of what it was, a damp, I used a damp washed cloth, and the adhesive was in between, so you had to really press on it for the adhesive to stick. But here's the deal, it sticks really, really well. I didn't even have to go through and do an extra tacking or anything like that. And there was a couple of areas where it did not stick as well, but for the most part, it did the job. On my second one, I did not use it because I didn't like how it altered the texture of the yarn. So on the second one, I actually tacked it sewing, and I'm gonna do it a bit more. But we knew that these first ones were going to be for our own personal use. So we wanted to do is test the pattern, test the pairing of the yarn with the fleece, and also our method of using of affixing that fleece to the yarn. This has been a trial and error. So anything else you want to add?
Well, I
Okay.
also noticed when I did mine initially, I had to do this twice. The first yarn I chose was Karen Simply Soft. And the setting that you have that the tape requires is for a wool setting with steam. And
Steam.
it's the steam that actually causes the tape to melt and then adhere to both pieces. The problem that I was having was it wasn't just melting the tape, it was causing also issues and imprints into the acrylic yarn itself. And then over time, I thought it would kind of give back and it actually remained flat.
It did.
And that became a problem for me. So I chucked the very first one I did, and then I opted to try cotton because cotton, like a lot of different types of material, just works better when you're trying to use heat on it. And it came out a lot better than what I expected.
Hmm. So, just as I guess as a question before we close out the video, are there anything, maybe comments, anything that you would do differently than what we did this time? I know we've talked about the adhesive, we've talked about the fleece being an anti-peel fleece. Anything else maybe that you can think of course, without giving away trade secrets, but anything else that you would do differently?
I would actually like to try the other one twice before doing this again. Again, it wasn't really difficult to do after you got to the point where you understand the process and what you were doing. But it did take some time to really decide how it was that you wanted to look. Because initially, on the ends here, and I will make one day and I'll show you. I had it so that the fleece was actually sticking out, and it was
Hmm.
actually going to tie in knots so that if you when you wanted to wash it, you could untie it, throw it in the washing machine, it would be flat versus closed. But when I put the fleece in there, I didn't put it enough on the edges so that I could actually tie it. So I had to chuck that project too. It was quite frustrating, but as with any piece of art, over time it gets better.
Hmm. For me, I knew that I did not want to have an extension of the fleece. This was my first time working with fleece, and if you've ever been to her channel, you know that last year she just made a bunch of wonderful blankets with fleece for her family. That is so not my lane. So what I had to do is I knew that I wanted to, on the interior, do a slip stitch or single crochet so that it would be nice and sturdy to hold my piece of, very expensive toy or equipment. And so I just did a slip stitch on the inside. I used my variegated yarn as always to try to give it a touch of color and something different. And I would like to add something else. I don't know what. I don't know about all those sparkly things, but when you see the pictures, you're gonna know. You will know her stuff, okay? But again, like she said, that's the part of crafting. And us doing this together actually was really good because as we were either taking it apart or putting it together, we had someone to text and say, okay, wait, what did you do here? Because she went through the issues with the adhesive before I did, but I had my bases complete before she did. And so it helped us out, I think, quite a bit having us do it together. Um, at the end of this video, we are going to add pictures. I will upload this video, and maybe even what I'll do is cut the video in half, and we can do half on my channel and half on her channel. I think that would be fun. And so anything else you want to say? I'm going to hold it back up before we close it out. They can see
Now
it.
I just really go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
No, I was going to say I just really appreciate the opportunity to work with Dana. She's great, and all the laughs along the way. It made working on the project so much more fun, especially when there were times when we got frustrated. I mean, we were texting each other, sending pictures. This is what I got so far. This is what I have so far. Girl, that looks good. I don't know about that. I mean, just the feedback that we got when we couldn't do the video conferencing so that we could talk about it. It was fun. I would
Mhm.
love to do something like this again.
Oh yeah, we will. The other thing that we did not say is that this was a very affordable and quickly worked up project. So, we bought the fleece. I bought a half a yard. How much of the fleece did you purchase?
I purchased a fourth of a yard,
Okay.
and I still have enough fleece to make two more.
And I did a half, and I have plenty of fleece left. And I bought one skein of my variegated. I bought one skein of my black, and I had plenty. So that because we knew we wanted to, we basically were banking on making two. We both were banking
Right.
on making two because we kind of figured we were going to mess up. Um, I know for me, I don't think I will use the adhesive again. I think I definitely would just sew it. But maybe if I tried the cotton, I wouldn't mind. I mean, because you still
Yeah,
use the
with the
adhesive.
cotton, it worked really good. I
Mm,
would
okay.
definitely use the adhesive again using cotton yarn. If I have to do it with any type of acrylic yarn, I'm going to either sew it in. I'm going to find a different way to put it in.
Hmm.
I won't use that adhesive for any other yarn but the cotton. And I think I used one ball of variegated and like half a ball of the dark pink.
Okay. Well, everybody, I'm holding so they can see you. So we are going to sign off. I kept giving teasers and telling everybody that something was coming, and this is, we've gone from crochet friends to really good girlfriends that can sit and laugh and talk and crochet. And so we'll figure out what we're going to do with the video and make sure that there's links to both of our channels in the videos. And if you have questions, put them in the comment box. I will also place our our links on Facebook, because she posts tons of pictures and you don't want to miss it. I don't post tons of pictures, but we do answer questions. And so, anything else you want to say before we say goodbye?
Yeah, just one final thing.
Okay.
I have already written the pattern up to my bag, so as soon as I get it finalized, I will have it up on my Ravelry account. It will be a free pattern, so you can just go to the site, figure it out, and if you have questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'll be happy to walk you through it.
Okay. And what I'll do is I'm not gonna write up a pattern. I did. What? Okay, I did write up a pattern based on what I did, and maybe if I did it again, I would, because it was so easy and quick, and especially with the holidays. I mean, this is something that you can make someone for probably what, less than $10, not even that much.
Yeah.
Even with the fleece, probably like what, seven?
Well, and this is the thing.
The
If you take your
anti-peel.
40% off coupon to Joann's, which is what I did, I got my fleece for like $1.50, maybe $2. And then I had my cotton yarn, I had $1 a ball. So my total project cost me about maybe $4 or
Find out.
$5.
For an iPad case, people. An iPad case. A fully secure iPad case. Now, she had all that bling, but the thing about it is it was absolutely beautiful, and that's something that you can give someone that was personalized
Mm-hmm.
and affordable, and especially with everybody have a tight pockets right now, and leading up to the holidays, you have plenty of time to make them because we really would have made them in probably what, a couple of hours. We think maybe a couple
Yeah,
hours.
I think the first time it took us a while because we were really trying to figure it out. But once I got into the groove of things, it took me about maybe 2 or 3 hours to get done. And not only that, you can use this just as a regular bag if you want to. So the pockets really help being able
Hmm.
to use it as a regular bag if you don't want to use it as an iPad holder. So it's versatile.
And roomy. It's really nice. Well, everybody, that is it for both of us. Thank you so much for being patient. We're going to figure this out because this video is about 20 minutes.
Uh-oh.
I will put both of our YouTube channels as well as our Facebook channels. Thank you so much for your patience, and we hope that you enjoyed this as much as we have. Have a fantastic evening, and we will talk with you all hopefully sooner than later. Thank you for watching, and look at this glare. Okay, talk to y'all later. Bye.